halftime Illuminati ritual. It's gotten to the point over the last few years that more and more of these rituals are performed right in front of our faces, but most people can't really distinguish. They don't know about the Illuminati symbolism or the Freemason symbols, and how basically everything in our world is created around symbols and symbology. And you've seen some of my other videos where we talk about music video symbology. Even look at corporate logos. It's always a sun, a star, an eye, or a pyramid. Some kind of a subliminal along with that, and sometimes it's obvious right in front of your face. But that's all fodder for another video. For now, we'll focus on this. I'm not going to go through a whole Super Bowl thing and show you the whole video of the halftime. Some really good researchers beat me to the punch on this. I'm just going to leave some links underneath this for you, and you can check their stuff out. I am going to show you a little bit, though. But I also wanted to focus on not just the halftime special itself, but also on the connections to other rituals that have been performed in front of us on television, and also wanted to show just a couple of the commercials. So, going into this, I knew there would be some commercials out there with some kind of programming or social engineering or Illuminati symbology, and of course you can see it. I mean, this is why most commercials nowadays you see are just stupid. They're really dumb, they're really quick. It's all just to kind of get it triggered in your mind, and the weirder and stranger and more over the top, the better, it seems like. Whatever, dancing babies, talking penguins, whatever it is they can do. And, so that's just part of the engineering. Other parts, of course, I even saw in some of the commercials during the Super Bowl, men being very weak, women being very powerful, but their power comes through their sexuality, which, in my opinion, has always been a knock to the woman. Sure, that part's awesome as well, but, women are more powerful for other reasons. But this is the post-feminist world we live in, I guess you could say, and it seems to be all about their sexuality, which also extends to the worship of the goddess with the Freemasons and the Illuminati. And that even showed a little bit during this Super Bowl ritual, okay? Anyway, let's go and get started real quick. I'll show you a couple commercials I thought kind of stood out. This first one's for the Chevy Silverado, and I'll just go ahead and play it and let you see what's up. Huge UFO right there. May have missed it. Looks like, alright, that's pretty good. So right there behind that guy, you can see just over his left shoulder, you can see the arches. Those are featured in every Masonic lodge. But they're also on many of our state and federal buildings, So that could be a lodge that's destroyed behind him, or it could be just a federal building or a state government building. But also just over his left shoulder, it looks like that might be a pyramid with an eye symbol right there on that wall. You can probably see what I'm talking about. It kind of looks that way from here, but either way, that's just one thing I kind of noticed. And again, these are millions and millions of dollars are pumped into these commercials, just for even a 30-second spot. So every shot means something. They want, everything that's set up here didn't happen by chance, okay? So there's that. And also in the beginning you saw like a huge robot head destroyed, and then also an enormous UFO crashed into the ground and all this. So to me that might play into some of the engineering with the fake alien invasion a lot of us are aware of, our potential fake alien invasion, the Project Bluebeam stuff as well be thrown in there. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, check it out for yourselves. Do a little research on Project Bluebeam, also fake alien invasion, okay? It's a real deal. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds weird if you're not familiar with this stuff. But it's very real and been written about for a very long time, and there's people out there that want to see something like that happen. So check it out. Okay, so that's that video right there, and then I'll just show you one more video, or one more commercial. And this is it. It's the Doritos baby commercial. So, first thing I noticed is, why is the baby wearing black and white stripes? You know, maybe some kind of a prisoner thing, subliminal there, I don't know. But also, you got to consider the Masonic lodges are all, of course, black and white checkerboards. So you're going to see a lot of black and white, and that shows up in the Super Bowl halftime special as well. Pyramid symbol, the kid standing on the tree house, just a minor thing there to think about. Almost a pyramid with an eye. Little black and white dressed up kid coming up. Grabs the Doritos. Best part's the very end, though. You'll see right there the pyramid subliminal from Doritos. Alright, so just a couple little things right there I noticed. Alright, so now we're going to get into this right here. This is Mark Dice. I think he's a good researcher. I followed some of his work. Anyway, he posted this Super Bowl halftime symbolism explained video, and I'm going to just play a little bit of his stuff and kind of see where he's coming from, because I agree with him on these parts. Check this out. A little bit of his stuff and kind of see where he's coming from, because I agree with him on these parts. Check this out.
You probably saw it begins with the High Priestess Madonna, which is another name for the Virgin Mary. So you have Madonna, this counterfeit Virgin Mary, coming out with as a high priestess wearing Baphomet headgear.
That's the goat god.
The first part of the show was an Egyptian
demonic symbol
themed ritual, and of course the Illuminati loves ancient Egypt. And as you know, the pharaohs and the high priests were worshipped as gods in ancient Egypt because they were inducted in the mystery schools. They knew a little bit more about reality than their poor slaves. And so what we have here with the Super Bowl halftime ritual is the high priestess or goddess Madonna coming out on her throne wearing a Baphomet satanic headdress with her little satanic horns on it. Yeah. And then as her usual sexually suggestive bumping and grinding occurred, with her sticking her head in the crotch of her male dancers as she's bouncing around, this 53-year-old woman here who probably drinks virgin blood to maintain her youthful appearance. That's hyperbole there, of course. Laser peels, all of her crazy injections and all that facelifts that these celebrities get. But that's a whole other story. So then, not only is Madonna dancing around the stage with her Baphomet satanic horns headgear, and she's standing in the middle of a sun symbol with a cross on it, and there's the symbol of the United Nations there. And then she brings on her two other satanic celebrity role models for the...
All right, we'll go ahead and cut that there. I wanted to jump ahead to just one more part. So you get all that symbolism, like he was saying. I mean, they're dancing on a floor that's got hologrammed eye, pyramid, cross. Near the end here, they do the checkerboard pattern from the Freemason lodges. You know, the whole thing. And you're going to see. Here, let me go ahead and jump ahead here. We'll show you this real quick.
People. Well, such a great role model you are. And then, of course, later in the show, you have a choir as they're singing with the high priestess elevating Madonna on a pedestal because she is above you little people, us little people, right? So they're elevating her on a pedestal as the choir, these people dressed as a church choir, are singing, and then there's all the pyramid symbols and the checkerboard Freemasonry symbol being flashed on the ground. And then at the very end...
Okay, and that's about that. And again, I'm going to leave a couple links underneath here for you for more research on the actual halftime special. But right there you see the pyramid right behind them, and again the people dressed up like a church choir, and you get bits of how this is a ritual basically in front of everybody. Okay, research all this for yourselves too, because I know it gets a little crazy. But before I leave you here, I just want to show you a couple quick examples. They've done this at the MTV Movie and Video Awards as well. Here's one example. Here's Pink. This is from the 2009 Video Music Awards. Right there she is. Looks kind of weird. Hey, why are they doing that? Most people are wondering. Oh, it's crazy. She's an artist. But then you look down here, and yeah, that's kind of the typical look for somebody being initiated into the Freemasons, right? Kind of weird, right? Now we go back up here, and there it is, right? Even the checkerboard pattern right there on the leg. Okay, they changed it up a little bit for TV, but you get the idea. All right, so there's one, and at the same awards show we had this from Lady Gaga. You guys are